Добрий день. Розпочинаємо робочий день у прес-центрі.
We start our working day at Ukraine Crisis Media Center, and now the floor is given to Colonel Andriy Lysenko, Ministry of Defense of Ukraine spokesperson and ETO-related issues. Good afternoon, dear colleagues. Now the information about the events that happened in the ATO area. And we start with the sectors. In the Lugansk sector, the militants were active after sunset, and nearly simultaneously, at about 9 p.m., the occupants started shelling of ATO positions in Alexandrovka, that is near Popasna, and in Krymska. In several hours after this, the militants opened fire near Novotashkivska with the use of small arms and also launched about 20 mines. The activity of the enemy in this part of the front line lasted until the end of the day. Also, the enemy violated ceasefire in Katerinovka and near Stanitsa Luganska, where armed provocations delivered by the enemy lasted for 1 hour each. And on the whole, during the last 24 hours in the Lugansk sector, there were 15 enemy shellings, all of them during dark hours. The Donetsk sector, enemy shellings restarted in the northern suburbs of Gorlovka and Zaitsev. Before sunset, the militants used small arms and they shelled our positions. And in Mayorsk, the militant groups for 40 minutes after 9 p.m. delivered fire with the use of same weaponry. And in Avdiivka, yesterday it was calmer than before. And after dark, there was one instance of disturbing fire that lasted 20 minutes. At the same time, at Shakhta-Butovka position, they recorded 1.5 hour enemy shelling of high intensity. Heavy weapons was not used by the militants. And also during the last 24 hours in the Donetsk sector, the militants violated ceasefire 5 times. The Mariupol sector in Mariinsky region, the enemy violated ceasefire once and delivered 10-minute shelling with the use of small arms of Ukrainian positions in Mariinka. And in the region of Dakivchevsk, it was full lull. And in the south of the sector, the shellings continued. And here the enemy delivered sporadic mortar fire in Pavlo-Pilganutove and in Lebedinsk and Shirokina. The enemy opened fire with the use of small arms. And in 2 last episodes, the enemy shelling lasted for 2 hours each. And on the whole, yesterday during in the Mariupol sector, 6 enemy shellings were recorded. During the last 24 hours, in the result of the military actions, no Ukrainian serviceman was killed. 4 servicemen were wounded. According to the information provided by the reconnaissance service, the enemy continues to have losses that are not connected with battle activity. One militant died and 5 militants were hospitalized. These are the militants of LPR, and they were hospitalized because of the drug use. And also the Russian officer harmed several militants, 4 of them, and 1 of these militants died. Now, also information about training of Ukrainian armed forces in Zaporizhia. National Guard's 9th Regiment of Operative Unit. They had some training. This is the topic of the training is radio and aviation, chemical and biological reconnaissance, and also signaling, and the use of individual and collective means of defense. Thank you. This is the end of press briefing. Goodbye.